I am Dr. J. Suresh Kaur, Associate Professor of Mathematics, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Today, we are going to discuss the topic test of hypothesis for small samples. Subtopic is t-test for single mean. In test of hypothesis for small samples, in the previous session we discussed the basic concepts of the test of hypothesis for small samples. In the previous session we discussed about what is a hypothesis, test of hypothesis, what is the procedure of test of hypothesis, and what is small sample. All we discussed in the previous session. Now we are going to discuss today test of hypothesis for small samples. We have three types of tests in test of hypothesis for small samples. First test is t-test, and second test is f-test. Third test is chi-square test. Again, t-test divided into two parts. First one is t-test for single mean, and second one is t-test for difference of means. So totally we have four different kind of tests for test of hypothesis for small samples: t-test for single mean, t-test for difference of means, f-test, and chi-square test. Each test they have own. Now we are going to discuss about t-test for single mean. This is the first test in test of hypothesis for small sample. See, we can remember that this test we are going to use when the problem consists of only one sample, that too small sample. We are going to apply t-test for single mean if the problem consists of only one sample, that too small sample. The sample size is less than 30. Right. In t-test for single mean, consider a sample of size n. The sample size is n. It is a small sample. The sample mean is x bar, which is denoted by x bar, and the sample variance is denoted by s square. This sample, if we choose from the population with the mean mu, this sample we can choose from the population with the mean mu. Then the test statistic, the formula in the procedure, that step 4, the test statistic is given by, for t-test for single mean, is x bar minus mu by s by root n. From the description we know all these five values: x bar, mean of the sample; mu, mean of the population; and s, variance, standard deviation of the sample; and n, sample size. All values we know from the given data: n, x bar, s square, and mu. So by using this formula, t equal to x bar minus mu by s by root n, this is the test statistic for t-test for single mean. In this formula we know all the values from the description except s. This s value we can find out from s square. We can find out from s square formula, variance of the sample. 1 by n minus 1 sigma I equal to 1 to n xi minus x bar whole square. This means the sum I equal to 1 to n xi minus x bar whole square means the sum of squares of deviations, the sum of squares of deviation from their mean. Sigma I equal to 1 to n xi minus x bar whole square means the sum of squares of deviations from the mean x bar. By using this formula we can calculate s square. After getting s square we can find out s under root equal to under root of s square. So after getting all the values x bar, mu, s, and root n, we can find out t value, x bar minus mu by s by root n. So after getting t we can find out mod t also. Next, we can choose the tabulated value T alpha by 2, where alpha is level of significance, at n minus 1 degrees of freedom, where n is the sample size. This value we can choose from T distribution table. We'll discuss the T distribution table while we are doing the problems on this topic. So we can choose the tabulated value T alpha by 2 at n minus 1 degrees of freedom. This is the tabulated value and mod T is the calculated value. According to these two values, tabulated value and mod T value, we can give the conclusion. What conclusion? If mod T is less than T alpha by 2, that means mod T value is less than T alpha by 2 tabulated value, we are going to accept null hypothesis. Null hypothesis means, already we have discussed in the previous class, we are going to accept whatever the statement is given which is true. In case if this condition is satisfied, mod T greater than T alpha by 2, we are going to reject null hypothesis. Means whatever the statement is given, we are going to reject that particular statement. Means it is a false statement. So this is the procedure to test for single mean. If problem consists of only one sample, with small size, then we are going to apply this t-test for single mean. We should remember only this formula, t equal to x bar minus mu by s by root n. So this is the description of t-test for single mean. Now we are going to discuss the problems on t-test for single mean. The question is, the problem number 1 is, a random sample of 6 steel beams has a mean of 58,392 psi, has a mean of 58,392 pounds per square inch, with the standard deviation 648 pounds per square inch. This psi units means pounds per square inch. Use this information at level of significance. Alpha value is given, level of significance. Test whether the sample came from the population with mean 58,000 psi, pounds per square inch. That means we are going to test the sample came from the population or not. See, based on the statement or description of the problem, first we have to write what values are given in the problem. See, again I am going to read the question. A random sample of 6 steel beams. It is a sample size is denoted by n. That value is given n equal to 6. So based on n equal to 6, we identified that which is small sample because the size is less than 30. And has a mean of, which one mean? The sample mean. Sample mean is denoted by x bar. The symbol of sample mean is x bar. That mean also given 58,392 pounds per square inch. So x bar value is given 58,392. With the standard deviation, which one standard deviation? Sample standard deviation. And we know that sample standard deviation is S. That value also given, which is 648. So as of the first sentence of the problem, we got the values n equal to 6, x bar equal to 58,392 and s equal to 648. According to the information, use the above information at level of significance. Alpha value is given, level of significance. That means 95% confidence. Alpha is 0.05 means the confidence level is 95% confidence level. What we are going to test, we are going to test whether the sample x bar is there in a sample mean. This sample came from the population or not. Which population mean is also given, mu equal to 58,000. That means we are going to verify that this sample x bar came from the population mu or not. This is the question, or this is the problem. In this problem, if you observe that we have only one sample with the size n equal to 6. So in this problem consists of only one sample with less than 30 size. That means small sample. If it has only small sample, one sample, and which is small, we can use t-test for single mean. That is the hint based on the problem. According to the problem, we are going to decide this problem is suitable for the t-test for single mean because it has only one sample and which is also small. Now, to test this sample came from the population or not, already we have discussed in the previous session the procedure of test of hypothesis. We have 5 steps: null hypothesis, alternative hypothesis, level of significance, test statistics and conclusion. We should follow this procedure to test the sample came from the population with the mean mu or not. So first we are going to set up null hypothesis, which is denoted by H naught. H naught. How to set up null hypothesis? If you write mu equal to 58,000 means the population mean equal to 58,000. This means the given sample X bar came from the population with the mean 58,000. And already we have discussed in the previous session, null hypothesis means whatever the statement is given, we have to assume that which is true. Like that, here we have taken mu equal to 58,000 means the given sample came from the population with the mean 58,000. Next, step 2, alternative hypothesis, which is denoted by H1. This is differs from null hypothesis. Whatever the statement is given, we have to assume that the statement is false. What is the statement? The sample came from the population with the mu equal to 58,000 psi now. So we are going to reject that statement. That means mu not equal to 58,000. So these two, null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis, both two hypotheses are just our assumptions only. Now go to level of significance. Alpha equal to 0.05 from the problem we got it. At alpha equal to 0.05, we should find out T alpha by 2 value. We should choose T alpha by 2 value for n-1 degrees of freedom from the T distribution table. This value we can choose from the table. See, T alpha by 2, where alpha is given, alpha by 2 means 0.025. So we require T 0.025 value for n-1 degrees of freedom, where n equal to 6 minus degrees of freedom. That means we require T 0.025 at 5 degrees of freedom. This value we require from the T distribution table. I will show you the T distribution table now. This is T distribution table. We require which value? T 0.025. Where is 0. This is 0.025. T 0.025 at 5 degrees of freedom. This is the 5 degrees of freedom. The corresponding value 2.571. 2.57 value. This is T alpha by 2 at 5 degrees of freedom. T alpha by 2 value at 5 degrees of freedom. Like this, we have to choose T alpha by 2 at n-1 degrees of freedom from the T distribution table. So this value we are going to give in the PPT. So this value T 0.025 at 5 degrees of freedom we have chosen from the table, that is 2.571. So T alpha by 2 value, we got this value from the table. This is 2.571. Now go to step 4. Step 4 formula T equal to X bar minus mu by S by root n. This is the formula for t-test for single mean. And we know that X bar from the question 58,392 and mu is 58,000. S value 648. That is also given. S value under root of n, where n equal to sample size 6. If you simplify this value, we are going to get T value 1.48. And we should take mod T. If there is any negative value here, we are going to take positive. So in step 3 we got it T alpha by 2 value, that is something 2.571, and here mod T we got it 1.48. So therefore, in conclusion, which condition is satisfied? Mod T value is 1.48, which is less than 2.571. That means mod T less than T alpha by 2. If the less than condition is satisfied, we are going to accept null hypothesis. We are going to accept null hypothesis. Actually, what is null hypothesis? Mu equal to 58,000. This statement we are accepting in the conclusion. That means S, the sample came from the population with the mean 58,000. The sample came from the population with the mean 58,000. Like this, we have to do the problems on t-test for single mean. Suppose when we are going to problem 2, a random sample of size 16, that means n equal to 16. From a normal population, the mean of sample is 53. The mean of sample symbol is x bar, which value is given 53. And sum of squares of deviation from mean. Sum of squares of deviation means xi. From where? From its mean, x bar. This value is given, which is 150. That value we have written here. Again I am repeating. Sum of, that means sigma, square of, that means square, deviations x1, x2, x3 like that. From the mean, its mean. What is the mean of sample x bar? Value is 150. Sigma I equal to 1 to n xi minus x bar whole square equal to 150. Now the problem is, can the sample is regarded as taken from the population having mean 56? This sample, the sample size 16, this sample taken from this population. Which population? Population mean is 56. Is this sample, is the sample x bar taken from this population or not? This is our problem. Is the sample x bar taken from the population mu equal to 56 or not at 5% level of significance? We are going to verify, where 5% means alpha, level of significance alpha value. Now after getting this one, we can find out s square value, which is 1 by n minus 1 into sigma I equal to 1 to n xi minus x bar whole square. But this value directly given, which is 150, 1 by n minus 1, where n equal to 16. The sample size is 16, sample is small sample. So s square 10 we got it, therefore s equal to 3.16, where s equal to under root of s square. Now this problem is suitable for t-test for single mean, because observe that in the problem description we have only one sample and which is small. One sample which is small means we are going to use t-test for single mean only. So for this test we have 5 steps: null hypothesis, alternative hypothesis, level of significance, test statistic, and conclusion. All the 5 steps are same for any test. So step 1 is null hypothesis. What is null hypothesis? Assume that the given statement is true. What statement is given in the question? Can that sample came from the population or not? We are going to assume yes, the sample came from the population or not. So that statement I taken mu equal to 56. This means the given sample taken from the population with the mean mu equal to 56. And alternative hypothesis, no, the sample not taken from the population with the mean 56. This is against to null hypothesis. These two hypotheses are just our assumptions only. Now go to step 3, level of significance. This value also given in the question, 0.05 or 5% level of significance. Now we require T alpha by 2 at n minus 1 degrees of freedom. So where alpha is 0.05 for n minus 1, 16 minus 1. So T 0.025 at 15 degrees of freedom, at 15 degrees of freedom, this value we require from T distribution table like previous problem. I will show you again the T distribution table, T 0.025 value at 15 degrees of freedom. This is T distribution table at 15 degrees of freedom. This is 15 degrees of freedom. Alpha is 0.025. The corresponding value is 2.131. This is 2. T alpha by 2. T 0.025. 0.025 value at 15 degrees of freedom. 2.13. This value we are going to take in step 3. Now again I am going back to PPT. So that value is 2.31. So T 0.025 at 15 degrees of freedom equal to 2.31. Now after getting the tabulated value from the T distribution table, now we should find out the calculated value of T in step 4, which is test statistic. The formula for t-test for single mean, T equal to x bar minus mu by s by root n. X bar value we know that, which is 53, and mu value we know that from the description of the problem, 56, and s also we got it 3.16, and n equal to 16. If you simplify it, we got it T value, and mod T value 3.79. Therefore mod T we got it 3.79, and T alpha by 2 we got it 2.31. So we are going to compare these two values in the conclusion. Mod T value 3.79, which is greater than T alpha by 2 value, because this value is 2.31 only. So if it is greater than, according to the test of hypothesis procedure, we reject null hypothesis. Actually, what is null hypothesis? Mu equal to 56. This one we are going to reject. That means whatever the sample is taken in the description, that sample not taken from the population with the mean 56. That conclusion we given in this problem. Going to problem number 3. Producer of Gutka claims that the nicotine content in his Gutka on the average is 83 mg, 1.83 mg. That means the total average of nicotine content in the Gutka is 1.83. That means the population mean mu is given. Can this claim be accepted if a random sample of 8 Gutkas? That means if we choose only 8 samples of Gutkas, that means sample size is n equal to 8. That 8 nicotine contents are given 2.0, 1.7, 2.1, 1.9, like that. 8 values individually given. That means this first one x1, second one x2, third one x3, fourth one x4, fifth one x5, sixth one x6, x7, x8, like that. 8 samples with size n equal to 8. Now, which test is suitable for the given problem? Simply, the size is 8, sample size is 8, and only we have one sample. That's why we are going to use t-test for single mean by using the test of hypothesis procedure. And we know that we have 5 steps in test of hypothesis for small samples. The first step, null hypothesis, which is denoted by H0. What is meant by null hypothesis? Assume that the given statement is true. What the statement is given? As the 8 samples taken from the population with mean 1.83. The population with mean 1.83. So an alternative hypothesis which is against or differs from null hypothesis, mu not equal to 1.83, and level of significance value not given. Generally, if it is not given in the problem, we are going to take alpha equal to 0.05 standard level of significance, because we are going to calculate this test of hypothesis at 95% confidence level only, not 100% confidence level. Whatever the information given in the problem 3, we are going to assume that that information is correct up to 95% only. If it is 95% confidence level, alpha is 0.05, and we require T alpha by 2 at n minus 1 degrees of freedom. That means T 0.025 at 7 degrees of freedom, where n equal to 8. 7 degrees of freedom. This value also we can choose from the T distribution table. I'll show you T distribution table at 7 degrees of freedom again. This is T distribution table at 7 degrees of freedom, new 7 degrees of freedom. The alpha value is, alpha by 2 value is 2.368. 2.36. This value we can choose from the table 2.365. And again I am going back to PPT. So T alpha by 2 at 7 degrees of freedom equal to 1.895. This value we have chosen from the T distribution table. Next, step 4. In step 4, formula is x bar minus mu by s by root n, but we don't know what is x bar. We know only x values are given: 2, 1.7, 2.1, 1.9, 2.2, 2.1, 2, and n also given 8. But x bar is not given. How we can find out x bar? X bar means the average of all x values, sigma xi by n. That means sigma xi 2 plus 1.7 plus and so on 1.6 by 8. If you simplify this value, we are going to get 1.95 x bar value. So that value I have written, because in the formula we required x bar value, and mu also given in the question 1.83. S we don't know and n we know that. So to find out s value, we have a formula s square equal to 1 by n minus 1 sigma xi minus x bar whole square. So to get this value, we are going to calculate by using the table. X we got it 2, x bar is 1.95. 2 minus 1.95, 0.05, that square is 0.025. Like that, 1.7 minus 1.95 minus 0.25, that square is 0.062. Like that, we can find out all the xi minus x bar whole square. After getting this, we can add these terms, we are going to get some value. That value is 0.3. That value is 0.3 by n minus 1 is 7. If you simplify it, we are going to get s square. After getting s square, we require s value by using under root of s square. So we got it 0.21. So s we got it 0.21. Therefore, t equal to formula, test statistic formula, x bar minus mu by s by root n, where x bar 1.95 from this, mu given already 1.83, s we got it 0.21, and n sample size 8. If you simplify this, we are going to get 1.62, and mod t is 1.62, and t alpha by 2 value we got it 1.8 from T distribution table. Now compare these two values. Mod t 1.62, which is less than t alpha by 2. Less than condition satisfied. That's why we are going to accept null hypothesis. What is null hypothesis? Mu equal to 1.83. That means S, whatever the Gutka contains samples, we have chosen 8 from the population mu equal to 1.83 is true. Whatever the statement given in the problem, we have decided that the given statement is true. So 3 problems we discussed. We have some exercise problems, 3 exercise problems also related to the 3 problems that we have discussed in this section. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.